first one, we went to Vegas a couple weeks ago, or about a week ago. I'd never been there before. It's terrifying. But one of the ways in which I saw this theme play out is how we're always searching for something. We're searching for some kind of moment of inspiration. And I was watching this lady play the slot machines, and I wrote this poem. It's called Las Vegas Dharma. As though she had gone blind and not noticed how her eyes drifted out of her body into the circuitry of the slot machine. Everything sucked dry by the magnetic pull of a possible electrical victory. All the secondary vices set aside, cigarette burned down its length to the butt that dangled at the corner of the tray, the cocktail of melted ice pooled in the glass. And I am in no position to say that she does not stare down the dark hallway of eternity from this Buddhist hell, plastic, neon, overwhelm. Amid the clicking of the spinning slots, the monotone hum of the machines, the buzz and ring, a singular voice sings through the whir of flashing light, and for a moment, her face goes bright as the sun when I leave Las Vegas, a flicker behind the mountains, before the floodlight of the strip drowns out the stars. Yeah. So I write a lot of poems about the tenderloin. I feel like I say that every time. And this was about a woman that I saw when I was smoking a cigarette out of my window, watching people pass by with a cracked TV. And it was in the middle of the night, and she started screaming, "Make it all stop, make it all stop, just make it stop." And I was watching her, and I felt that watching her was kind of, there was a yearning in it. There was a yearning in wanting to witness this person, even in her suffering. And so I wrote this poem about that. It's called Evening Bloom. There are no evening blooms in the downtown, but there are white lips that stretch out from their stems like moon vines and feed in the twice-removed light below the shade of the transplanted oaks of Leavenworth Street. And who are we to say the birth of a flower is not a scream, like the one that woke me from my dreams last night to plea with the air for it all to stop, before tumbling away from my window into the ever-darkening night. There is serenity in having distance from another's pain, so I become thoroughly dispassionate and let her grow in partial shade into a monument of desperation, as if from her distance I can come closer to my own, approaching it slowly, like some feral creature who has carved out its territory in a dim corner of my home. They are tearing down the Cathedral Hill Hotel to build another hospital on the thoroughfare, in the town that turned from an open plain to a junkyard of memories right before my eyes. And I am pacing back and forth in anticipation of the late bus on a Saturday morning, my stomach littered with the aftermath of champagne. One summer day, we sneaked in through the garage elevator with a picnic basket full of liquor and quietly made our way to the private swimming pool of the Cathedral Hill Hotel. And we sat there all afternoon, rolling cigarettes with the patience and deliberateness of those who imagine themselves to have every hour in the world still a step ahead. The demolition crew will cordon off the block, and the Cathedral Hill Hotel will lie in an outline of chalk when they blow it up. And here I catch the late bus and follow my friends out the front of the building into the seeming eternity of the days that lie ahead.
Yeah.
This is another poem about the Tenderloin. And this is dedicated to a friend of mine who's not here tonight. His name's John, and it's about him. It hasn't been so long that I can't remember driving through the Waldo Tunnel as it opens up like a time-lapse photo of a flower into the multicolored bloom of the cityscape. And an exhilaration draped over my sadness like curtains over the wounded view of my past. And you called me then to say that you were too drunk to know where you were at some warehouse in Bayview in rollerblades and an 80s prom suit, whatever that is. And your girlfriend gave me the address above the blare of White Wedding coming through the speakers. And the two of you stood there on a distant outpost of 3rd Street, a wrinkled pile of silk dress and black tie and neon sneakers waiting for a ride. And we drove with windows down to her flat on O'Farrell Street. And stopping in a shaded alley, we listened to a song called The Book of Love on repeat until the bottle of Jack was gone. And still I pass by that cul-de-sac every day where I tossed fresh earth over the things I didn't want to keep. And can hear the music of our hurried feet as we rushed up the stairs out of her apartment into the quarter note rest of our lives.
Yeah, John.